Top of the morning to you. I hope you're all fine and dandy and staying ahead of the game. Remember, it is a game, and each one of us must play our part. Thank you for joining me again. This is going to be a very quick recap of a Facebook post, and it is quite a short post, based on the Spine of Albion, posted on the 11th of May 2025. So in astro mythology, the story seen in the heavens, Perseus can be seen rescuing Cassiopeia and Cephis's daughter Andromeda from the beast, aka the Kraken Cetus Set. Sometimes it's just Andromeda in the stories. Andromeda is tied to a rock or a pillar. This is very important, as a sacrifice for her and her mother's boasting of their outward beauty. Now this can all be seen on the standing stones in Scotland. You have Cassiopeia marked in the east of Scotland, looking in the mirror, the vanity mirror, and you have the house of Cephas marked also, and you have the stone of Persephone, the maiden stone here, showing you that it's here in this North Celestial Pole area. Cassiopeia and her husband Cephas are the only two human-like beings sitting on the throne of heaven. The Egyptians called it the Iron Throne of Osiris. It sat on an immovable rock. I have a video on my page, also on this YouTube, a book which I read, and it's called The Iron Throne of Osiris, and it explains a little more on this. But this post is about this rock, and this rock, or Monadh, which is a Gaelic word for the mountain, is the point of creation, or the very rock of creation, the foundation stone upon which the throne sits. The throne itself sits on an immovable rock. In Hebraic terms, we have a movable rock, a foundation stone, and this is called the Even HaShetia. It is the seed point, or the navel of the world, where everything began. It's also the same in Islam. And it began under Aries at the North Celestial Pole. The Scottish Stone of Destiny, the Leah Fellstone, was taken to Ireland by the Tuath Danann, and this was the Council of the Drum, which we read about in the Book of Enoch. The Tuath Danann and the Council of the Drum are those who fell from the North Celestial Pole, the tribe of Dan, of course, and they are the vipers, the serpents on the path. They went down to Ireland and took with them a chest. In the story of the Apsu and Tiamat and Apsu, a god, a lesser god, and it is where we get the word Egyptus, which is a Greek word. Egyptus actually means lesser god or lesser deity, stole a stone tablet, a rod that budded, a sword and a spear, and went to Ireland and became what we know as the Tuath. It's the same word. Tuath is a Gaelic word meaning council of the gods, and they ruled the Gauls, the Gaels, and those areas for hundreds of years until the Milesians came and chased them underground, and they became the fairies. The original Stone of Destiny, the Leah Fellstone, which they took, which is all recorded on standing stones and also recorded in Ireland and in Scotland and in Wales on the standing stones. And these are some pictures here showing the Tuath Danann going down. These are standing stones in the north of Scotland. showing the Tuatha De Danann going down into the central belt, what we call the lands of Canaan, the Canaanite. And this is all tied to the anatomy of the body and the fall from the celestial realm, or what we call the spiritual realm, from Jerusalem, from Heaven's Gate, the galactic pole, the north ecliptic pole, and the north celestial pole all being together. And suddenly we have this fall down of the Council of the Dan, or the Council of the Dawn. And with that, they brought with them the original Stone of Destiny and these 3 other items, of course, which we have in the Irish legends. And the Stone of Destiny was returned back to its original lands, although there is much dispute over this from the Irish. Of course, the Irish do not realise, or many of them don't realise, that they themselves are the Egyptians, the Libyans, the Puts, and the North African Egyptian, the Nile, the Upper Nile people. But that's for another recording. This post was about the stone and the rock, and this rock is what Andromeda is tied to, who goes down to the underworld. And this is all recorded in the north of Scotland with Persephone, the story of Persephone, and also with the story of Cassiopeia, and also in the story of Tiamat and Apsu, the great serpents and the beasts of the heavens. The most famous ley line, the Spine of Albion, stretching the entire length of the British Isles, has 33 sacred points, and many of those sacred crossings are on raised mounds. The very same basalt rock mounds, which can be seen from the north of Scotland, through the borders, Cumbria, Merseyside, Wales, and even down into the hills, rocks, the Black Mountains, the mountains of Cornwall and Penzance. This is the Black Rock, the point of creation, the Spine of Albion, what was known as the Monad of the Greeks, and the Stone of Destiny is symbolic of that very same thing. The rock, the foundation stone, the cradle of civilization, the point of all creation, which sits immediately under the gate of heaven, when Aries once sat at the north celestial pole, before the fall. Now, I added quite a bit to that post, but let's hope that it makes some sense. If not, keep following the post. There's lots more to come. Thanks very much for your time. Keep shining, keep looking up, stay sovereign.